Welcome, 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 welcome. This is the Treasures of Life show. And my name is Jonah Simba. Can you believe it? It's another Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m., the Treasures of Life show comes to you right here on Science TV, your inclusion platform. Today, I encourage you to open your inner ears. I mean inner ears. There is something deeper that we are sharing today that demands you to be more alert. Yeah? Just open your inner ears and give us some comment on 0111980384 because we are talking about something that touches on the society, and I believe this touches on you. Can you believe that our topic today is man talk? Yes, that is our topic today, man talk. Our sign language interpreter is not a man, so that we are not accused, Pastor Collins,
Yeah, that's true.
of gender imbalance. Our sign language interpreter is a lady. Wanjangete is our sign language interpreter. So feel free, if you're a woman, to interact with this show. Understand your man. There is power in information. So if you understand how men operate today, you may just be able to have more joy in your families,
Yes.
in your workplaces, in the society where you're dealing with men. It's very rare to have platforms where people talk about men. In other cases, they charge.
Yes.
Can you believe we are giving this for free? Yes. Give us your comment, even if it's just writing, you're making sense. I hope no one writes nonsense, but you can write it. Just in case you do not agree, you can also say nonsense. If you agree, you can say sense on 0111980384. I have my private socials, Blind Jonah Simba, Facebook and TikTok. Get in there and let us share. Karibu sana. Pastor Collins Amos
Omumia.
Omumia.
Thank you.
Pastor
Thank you.
Collins Amos Omumia.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show today. We are talking about man
Thank
talk.
you.
Let me ask you an interesting question.
Yes.
Of course, I can't ask you, are you a man? Because I know you are a man. But when a man says, I am a man, I hear the words, mimi ni mwanaume. Yeah, you hear mwanaume, you know. Even amongst boys, young boys, you hear, I'm a man, mimi ni mwanaume. You know, when you say I'm a man, what do you mean? What makes you feel a man, think you are a man, imagine you are a man? Yes. What makes you a man? Maybe let me ask you that question. What makes you a man?
Wow. That's
Tricky
a very,
question.
very interesting question.
Yes.
It's a very interesting question, Jonah, that I have never thought of. But now that you have brought it on the table, we need to discuss about it.
Yes.
One thing that I know it is that a man is born a man. A man is not made. A man is born a man. And we hear most of the times when maybe a woman gives birth, you'll hear a question that, did you give birth to a baby boy or a baby girl? You will hear a bouncing baby boy, you know.
Yeah.
So
It's always bouncing.
Yes, it's always bouncing. I've never known how a baby boy begins to bounce the moment he's born, but that one will need to ask, our mothers or maybe our wives. But
Yes.
that is the moment that we begin to realize that a man has come into the world. So, and a statement where you will hear men say that I'm a man.
Yes.
I think for me, it doesn't make sense because we already know. We already know that
So
you are a
you
man.
can say, mimi ni mwanaume. Don't you know I'm a man?
I don't know why you want to remind someone, like when I say, this is a glass, and everybody knows it's a glass. So I don't know. There must be a reason as to why I would want to remind someone
Yeah.
Unless,
So what you mean is that physically, you should be a man.
physically,
Bearing the physical features of a man.
yes.
Beard.
I have already said that
And all.
when one is born a man, we know that at the time of birth,
Yes.
when you ask, you will hear, you will be told, she gave birth to a baby boy or to a baby girl. So
But
from
then that is a boy.
yes,
That is
a boy. So
Yeah.
now, from that point,
Yes.
we know that that boy will grow into a man, into
And that is the
adulthood.
question.
Now,
When they grow into a man,
Yes.
what is it? What do you mean grow into a man?
now,
What makes you a man? I hear people talk of voices. I should have a bass. If I have a soprano, am I a man? I hear people talk of money. If I have money, am I a man? Am I less a man if I don't have money? Boys, believe it or not, talk of issues of their body parts. This show is for general viewership, so I don't want to get deeper. But they also speak. Boys, they say, I'm a man.
I'm a man.
Yes. And I hear some people, you know, because when they are in arguments and quarreling in the streets out there, you find if you're physically in a situation and then you're beaten, then you hear people say, huyo si mwanaume. And some boys even say, mimi ni mwanaume tupigane. You know, that is, does violence describe a man? Do you have to be physically strong, financially strong? You know, I'm trying to, you've said grow
Yes.
into a man. It means you need to grow.
You see, okay, one thing that, okay, there is that mentality that people have
Yes.
towards men. And for me, if you ask me, I would say it is not right. Because as just we have mentioned, when a baby is born a boy,
Yeah.
this boy will be brought up.
Yeah.
You know, he begins to be a baby boy, to grow into a child. In his childhood, when he's being brought up, he will be taught, you know, he will be, first of all, even the clothing. It's only that today things have changed, that you can find a baby girl also putting on a long trouser and such like. But in our times of our growing, we knew, you could know who is a boy and who is a girl, even just by dressing. Now, let me not even go there.
You mean to say nowadays they dress in skirts?
We see even girls putting on long trousers.
Or not boys in skirts?
Yes, not boys in skirts. So sometimes you may not be able to
some
differentiate
Nigerians
between
are watching,
who is
so
boy.
they would really be on your case.
Of course, yes.
Whenever their team is defeated, they always say, don't play like
course.
like boys in skirts. I don't know why they say that.
So what happens, it is that it has been made to be understood
Yes.
that for you to be called a man,
Yeah.
you have to be, you have to be strong to fight, like what you have said, that when when you fight, you have to win, that a man does not cry, that a man has, there are qualifications that people have actually put, or maybe, put to someone in order for him to be called a man, and of which for me, I do not think if it is right. Because as I have mentioned, when God was creating, he created a man. From the time go, he created a man. And he did not tell him that from today, it is because you'll be having money. It is because you'll be able to fight. It is because you will be... He created a man. He didn't say like that, six packs and tall, dark and handsome. That wasn't there. He just created a man, and that man was called Adam. And so from that, in fact, what it says is that he saw that he was lonely. That is now when he brought into the picture a woman. So from that point, the man that was created by God was a grown-up. He was an adult. He was not a boy to grow, so that he can be told that you man up, so that he can be told that a man should do like this, that a man will be called a man because you can be able to, to fight someone, so that you can be able. It was not like that. But today,
okay, go on, Pastor.
But today, people have equated, some few some few qualifications to a man. That a man, when you see a man is a security. When you see a man,
that now comes, that's a major issue.
yes, that a man is supposed to be security
Now,
in the family.
that is a major issue. What happens to the man who may be not physically strong, or you may have even a disability? You know, like me.
Of course, yes.
If you bring, sorry for personalizing it, but if you slapped me, or you're slapping my child, for me to come and defend my child, I would need my white cane.
Of
I would
course,
need
yes.
somebody. But I have to play that protective role anyway.
Yes, and you are still a man. Does it make you not a man?
A man is still a man, even
You are
if
a
they are
man.
on wheelchair.
Of course, you are a
A
man.
man is still a man, even if they're deaf.
A man is still a man even when he's blind. A man is still a man even when he does not have money in the pocket.
Even when he does not have money in the pocket. You've
A
opened a
man
Pandora's box.
is still
Pastor,
a man.
you have opened a Pandora's box. There is a discussion right now.
Yes.
You are not man enough if you are not financially endowed. Tell me about that.
That is not true. That is not true because I have said, and I will again mention it, there is nowhere when the creator of the universe, when he created, that we can read somewhere that he told Adam, when you have money in your pocket, that is when you'll be called man.
Okay.
It did not happen like that. Even today as we are here,
Yes.
there are so many men outside there who does not have money in their pockets, but they still men. They have wives, they have children, they have sad children with those wives.
Yeah.
And they can still, they still have a relationship, they still have a family, they still have a marriage.
In that case, I'm hearing you bringing the issue of defining a man in his roles.
Yes.
Is that where now we get the definition of a man? Because there is an important role you've mentioned, siring children.
Yes.
That means the man is the bridge into the future. If you went into a village,
Yes.
you will not say this is a lady's home. A home is always identified
By man.
by the man.
By the man.
And
Exactly.
that is where the man is the bridge into the future. So that defines him.
That defines
When-
a man. A man is the head. And he will always remain to be.
However physically weak he may
He will
be,
always
he will be the
remain
bridge.
to be a man. In our village, there was a man who was crippled on his feet. He used to crawl on his feet. That man, he married a woman that was very much stable, a man who was walking on her feet. And the woman accepted that man, and she came and became his wife. He had children with that woman. You understand? And this woman was the one who used to go to the shamba, dig, do that and come back.
Yeah.
And she respected that man as a man, not because that he has money, not because that he has things. And they had a family.
Yes.
You get the point? So if I
Absolutely.
told you you will have walked in that house and you find that family seated, and you tell that man you are not a man because you do not have A, B, C, D, what do you think the woman would have said? What do you think the wife would have said?
Absolutely. And that is why, let's go to the definition of roles. Let's stick there on the issue of the bridge.
Yeah.
Is it an error when a lineage does not have men? Because it is the men who carry the seed, am I right?
Of course, yes, you're very right.
Does that explain some kind of crisis when a family feels they don't have boys, then they start panicking? What do you have to say about that notion?
The notion that notion was brought up because of an error that began a long time ago.
Okay.
That when there is a young man that I was talking to, I think it was yesterday, that I was telling him that if you try to bring up the marriage setup of like 20 and 30 years ago into the setup of today, it will not work.
Yeah.
Why? Because it will never work.
Right.
Because what was known by then, it was a man would actually look for a wife, bring, because he had money, because he had livestock, because he had resources.
Land.
A land.
Yeah.
And woman could not say anything. He was the one to speak. But today's setup, even if a man does not have resources, he can still have a woman whom they can talk and begin to have a family. Now, I was teaching that young man because he was telling me
Yes.
that when I look at what is happening in the marriages today,
Right.
I get afraid even to get married. And I was asking him why. Because he told me because I am not working, because I am not financially stable. So I was telling him that is a very, very wrong mentality you are having. Because
Yeah.
for me, what I understand, to get into a marriage, it is you as a young man,
Yeah.
you will find a lady, not a wife, a lady.
Yeah.
A lady that you will begin to gauge and mold into be your wife
Yes.
by telling her, this is who I am, this is the dislike and the likes. If you do this, it will not be right. If you do this, it will be right. And then that young lady will not have found a husband. That young lady would have just found a young man who has not married. So the young lady will begin to nurture you, a young man, to be her husband.
You know, nowadays, Pastor, there are places that are prohibited for women. Still, even with the present culture, we have a struggle because of the issue of transfer. Is it transfer there's a word I'm looking for. There are places where it is said this is only a man's zone, especially in places where you are dealing with boys. Am I right?
You are right, but that is also where we go wrong.
Because of the, you have classes where the boy child is being trained. Is it an error to put a woman there to train the boys? You have issues like circumcision. Even nowadays, even in our hospitals, it's taboo. The words cannot be accessed by women. Why? Because the many tribes, they don't, whenever a child is circumcised, they don't allow women to get near. That's true.
That is a tradition that is still being practiced in the village,
It's
but not
happening
in
even
towns.
today. Have you gone around the hospitals? It's
In
a
the
men's zone.
hospitals.
You know, you can't affect culture. This is culture. And that describes something. Is it the role of a man to train the upcoming man? Is that an error? And that's why when we began this show, I spoke to the women and I said, listen to us. We will have a women talk another day. Yeah, but feel free to share with us. Yeah, because nowadays we have training of boys taken up by women. Is that an error?
It is not an error because we are in the world of civilization. That is why I said from the beginning
Yes.
that a man is not made, a man is born. So even when you find, because you know, ladies nowadays, they go to school and they are taught.
Okay.
It is not like, you know, in the old age. Today, in fact, what we know in the era that is there today,
Right.
it is because that what the people or the society measured so much to a girl child rather than, and then they neglected a boy child. So because of that, the girl child has been empowered very well. I can say like that, very, very well. Because they go to school, they have got knowledge, you know, they are equipped,
But then,
they're learned. And so because of that, you cannot restrict them from actually giving some duty, like in a hospital, to circumcise. Because we have nurses, we have doctors who are girls. I mean, they have learned, they know how to do surgery.
Yeah.
And circumcision is part of surgery. So when it is when we are in this, you know, we are in civilization. We are no longer where the old men could run around with small, you know, small, how can I call them? Small knives that are sharpened on the stone, and they come. And
you are a lawyer.
Yes, I am a lawyer because I passed through that, so I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
And but when I go to my children, I have two boys.
Okay.
I did not get them to the village to do that because we are in the civilization. I took them to the hospital and they were circumcised and they're there.
Okay.
So what I'm saying today.
By the way,
yes,
there are many churches now that you are a pastor.
Yes.
Who have forums for circumcision, where they
Yes.
bring children, you bring your
Yes.
boys,
Yes.
and then they are trained by the men.
Exactly,
They
they
are
are
trained by the
trained.
men. So they fulfill that role.
Yes, without
of
even
the-
going to the village.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I've seen that attempt by churches where men now, the men's fellowship in those churches,
Yes.
are the ones in charge
Yes.
of giving training to these boys.
They
Correct
do.
approach?
Yes, it's a very correct approach because we are trying to move away from traditions that was that was stagnating people from actually understanding and knowing who they are.
Okay.
You know, the traditions that was restricting people from having knowledge, that is, we are moving away. And so that is why I'm saying now, like, right now, that a man is not supposed to be announcing that I am a man because we already know you are a man.
People can see you are a man.
You are a man already, and we know.
Okay, we have a
Something
minute.
else is,
Yes.
and then something else.
Yeah.
What we are doing right now, there are no, apart from you were born a boy child, you have been brought up to be, you have grown into adulthood as a man.
Yeah.
There is no any other qualifications that we have to show that we can say you are a man.
Hold it there. Can we come back after the break?
Yes.
And share this? What an interesting topic, man talk. Hey, give us your views, 0111980384. I'm almost feeling only men in the room now. But lucky enough, our sign language interpreter is a woman. So this is a show for everybody.
Yes.
See you after the break.
Yes.